see mine?
Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, yeah. So it's perfect. So
Beautiful.
when you do that, I'm just gonna make it like full screen, and then everybody could see it. So it should be perfect there.
Gotcha. Okay,
And
cool.
yeah, yeah. So that's cool. I mean, is there anything in particular? Yeah, you got a lot of. Well, we'll talk about. I mean, I'll start. Kind of with what I'm thinking. Are you thinking we could? I am in a long right now, but that's not. It almost hit the first take profit, but now it looks like it's just gonna get destroyed.
Okay, yeah, dude, I've been, oh my God, this whole morning up until now, I've been running around like, I had two videos to record, and then doing this with you, and then I have to record another video, and then do my live stream, and then after my live stream, I'm going on Debate Crypto. I don't know if you know them.
I know him. Yeah, I've met him. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, he was at the Ben Cowan party.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Who are you debating?
It's gonna be. I don't know if it's like a debate stream, but it's gonna be me. I think Crypto Keeper and Garrett Soloway.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what Garrett has to say because I think he's one of the people he thinks he's going like seven or something, like 7K.
He said that. I mean, usually, I mean, I've at least in the last cycle when everybody was talking about 1K when we were at the bottom, 3K. So usually you're at the bottom when you hear those crazy low predictions. Like I just don't see how you could go to 7K and still recover. Like I think something else would take over Bitcoin's market cap, like Ethereum, if that happens. Um,
Yeah.
I 7K would just be so. I mean,
Is it like a
yeah.
dead asset at that point? Or,
I would think
like,
so. Yeah, I would think something would take over like Ethereum. I mean, I don't know your views on. It'll be interesting what happens with it. I mean, we saw Luna blow up. What's the next thing that could blow up? Maybe Hex could blow up. I mean,
dude, oh my God. Yeah, dude, Hex, maybe. Dude, what if, like, oh God. Luna, I think they just shut the network down, didn't they?
I I would have to. I didn't own any of it, so I could care less. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's that UST thing seemed like a Ponzi from the beginning.
Dude,
But
that's like so many people were like, yeah, I mean, I saw that coming. But yeah, it's crazy to see a coin like that, dude. And like it was in the top 10, wasn't it? I mean, I've seen my fair share of rug pulls, but like to see that on like a top 10 coin is
All right, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. I am joined today by a special guest, Frankie Candles. I have, let's see, let's make this full screen. I have him right here. You could see, yeah, you could see both of us.
What's going on, guys?
Put that over there. So yeah, thanks so much for coming on, Frankie. How are you today? You stressed out with
Um,
everything?
I'm doing great,
Yeah.
man. I'm doing great. Busy day. Markets are tanking. I just wish I was able to spend a little more time on. I was trying to get into a long, but I've just been things are absolutely nuts today. I wish I was able to stay on the charts for a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. So, how about I'm sure a lot of my viewers know who you are, but how about you do a little bit of intro just on who you are, and your background, just so some people who may not know who you are know.
Yeah, so I am Frankie Candles, but yeah, no, so I started my channel in January, so somewhat of a new channel, but I've been in crypto since 2016, right? So I was in last cycle. Well, I've always been interested in stocks, right? Never, like ever since I was like in high school, I've always been interested in stocks, always been interested in trading, TA, stuff like that. Never really took it that seriously, but was always interested in it. Would try to learn on my own and stuff.
Hmm.
It was just always a part of my life where I just always trying to teach myself. And then when crypto came around, I was like, oh my god, this is a market that's open 24 hours a day, and it kind of got me excited. So in 2016, 2017, it's kind of when I really started obsessing and taking it really seriously, learning TA, learning how to trade.
Mm.
Just at the beginning of this cycle, I kind of, I was watching, obviously a lot of YouTubers, and then, long story short, I wound up reaching out to BitBoy Crypto. I emailed them and I was like, hey guys, like, love what you're doing, would love to be a part of it. This is what I can do. By my surprise, they answered me like 5 minutes later, and 3 weeks later, I moved from New York to Georgia, and now part of the BitBoy Crypto team. And yeah, so
That's crazy, man. It happens quickly. It happened quickly for me too. I mean, how many subscribers did you have before at that point?
um, so I moved to Georgia about a year ago. It was a year in April.
Hmm.
So I didn't have the channel until I was working at Bitcoin Crypto for a while.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, always a trader. Always did TA and stuff. And then they wanted to make like more of like a TA focused channel, and they were like, Frank, what about you? Would you be down to do it? And I was like, absolutely, let's go. And so we started in January, and then so here we are.
Nice, nice. So let's get into, everybody who watches my videos, they probably know my kind of take on the market. But what's your, let's see, you got anything cool on those charts, right, that we're sharing right now that everybody can see? Anything you want to show
Yeah.
us?
So right now, obviously, I think you can see my chart, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
So this gold box is that macro golden pocket. I think it's gold from the March 2020 dump. But I think everybody's sitting here like, is this going to be, the big release bounce? And in my opinion, I was kind of telling my people, my I've been telling my people, I'm kind of waiting for my computer. I was waiting to come down to this golden pocket and start seeing on the 2 hour, right? Start looking at these bullish divergences. The 4 hour things a little more, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, just waiting to come down to that key level, this key golden pocket, right? And I was telling them, put it in my Discord and stuff. Kind of showing them like when we were up here, I was like, everyone's like, they saw us bounce here, and they were like, "Are you in a long? Are you in a long?" And I was telling them, I kind of want to wait for price to come down and actually come into this golden pocket, and then find some bullish divergences. It was on the 2, 3, and 4 hour, I think is where, or maybe the 1, 2, 3, and 4 hour was kind of where I was starting to see it possibly, where it could happen.
Right.
And then they started to form, and then this morning, I was looking at the charts a little bit before I got started recording all these videos, and I was like, it wasn't confirmed at the time, and I was just like, I want to get into a trade, but I actually missed out on, I missed this entry. So hopefully, I got a few pretty good shorts. I just closed one of them as like an ETH short that was up like 100.
Oh man, yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah.
You got it, dude. I mean, from here down was just like pick your short, like just pick it, jump in and ride it down.
Yeah, Yeah, no, I would. Me too. I mean, I in my Discord, I would just keep going short and short and short, and then a couple scalp longs that got stopped out of it, but it was small losses in comparison to everything else. But I mean, those yellow X's, especially on Market Cipher A, I don't you. I'm sure you look at Market Cipher A too, but those are yeah. I mean, those yellow X's on big time frames, those are good places to look at, especially adding to a short that's already in profit. Especially that's kind of my. Do you add to like what I like to do a lot of times is add to open positions that are already in profit? Do you do that a lot?
Yeah, so I did that on my two short. I was in a Bitcoin short and an ETH short
Right.
from right here. We were watching this 786 bid level for a while, and we kept coming down, not touching, kept coming down, and then finally we came down and touched. And so I use a mixture of I use Market Cipher every single day. So I am a
Right.
heavy Market Cipher user, but I also use like somewhat of a mixture of traditional TA as well. So when I saw it come down, where is it? It's right here. When we came down to this bid level and started just knocking on the door, this is kind of what I was waiting for, just a little bit. This is kind of like a mixture of traditional TA as well as market cipher. I was
Right.
waiting for us to crack this bid level, came back up to test it as resistance. Once I saw this yellow X, obviously, we came back up to test it again, and actually even a little bit right there as well. But it started coming up, saw this yellow X, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna throw the trade in, and you get this. I guess you want to call this a bear pennant, which
Mm.
obviously, I mean, I know bearish continuation pattern. We fall in, consolidate, fall right out, and
Right.
these kept happening, man. Like I saw this form, took the short, got somewhere in here was my entry, fell out of it, and then there was another one. So I'm still using a share. There's other people at the office that use this trading view, so sometimes my lines get deleted. But it
Yeah.
was it kept. Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah, it loves these. This is the third minute of
Yeah.
see. But yeah, I mean these. I just kept seeing on the way down. You get a little bear pennant there. Now we're zoomed out a little too much, but yeah, caught it there, and then I did add to the position when we had a little pump. I think it was right here. I might have added, wrote it down, and then dude, last night I was just up until like 2 in the morning, and I'm just like,
Yeah. I went to
we're
sleep
in the
at like
golden pocket.
yeah.
Like, God, I wanted to take profits.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what to do, so I had the MEXC fever last night a little bit.
Yeah. What time did we bottom out last time? I'm trying to think. I don't even remember. I just woke up this morning at like 10 or something, then looked. But was it at a weird time? What time? I'm curious. 6 a.m. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I checked my phone. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, let's see what happened, and I saw it wick down to what was it, 25.3? Oh
Yeah.
God, man. So
Um.
what do you think? Do you think we're getting I mean, we've been going down for.
So
I mean, there's got to be a
yeah.
bounce coming.
So I mean, I think the most likely case is a little bit of So I'll show you actually. I'm gonna share my screen now. Let's see, and I'll show you. I got a couple really cool things to show you. I was showing you one of them a little bit earlier. Let me share my trading view with you so you could see them too. And yeah, so we got Frankie here, and then everybody should be able to see everything. Let me just check on the stream, make sure it looks okay. Everybody's able to hear. Okay. Very low sound. Weird. Frankie, say something.
Hello.
Yeah, I have
I
it.
could turn my volume up a little bit.
Let's see. Get the speakerphone right. It says is
Is that
odd. I mean,
better?
are you guys able to hear Frankie? Are you? Let's.
Did I get louder?
I mean,
I just turned my mic up a little bit.
hmm. Couple people say, please increase volume for both. I mean, my volume is high. I'm in the red right now, guys. So I don't. I mean,
Yeah, it's showing on peaking too. I wonder
yeah.
if can
It was just one or two people, so I guess it might be okay. But could anyone please update in the chat? Somebody please let me know. We got 53 people in here. Okay, one guy said it's fine. So I think it should be good. All right, so
Okay, cool.
without further ado, let me show you kind of what I'm looking at on the charts. So the main thing, and I was talking about this on Paul Barron earlier today, is that so I wrote, if you can't read my hand, my see, this is a 66% correction when Bitcoin was at what, a $5 billion market cap or something. Up here, when we were at a much larger market cap, as you would expect, less volatility, this was a 55% correction down. And the common, pattern here is these red X's, and every single time this has happened in Bitcoin's history, it's always been a, very either the bottom or very close to the bottom. And this was our pandemic dump. This was the bottom as soon as it confirmed, basically, and then over here. So, my view, this is why I think this is the argument that we could stay above 20K and bottom out, in the low 20s. I think you'll at least have a double bottom pattern. I don't think you're going to come. I don't think 25.4 or whatever it was the bottom, but I do think, I do think we're getting close here. I do think these are good places to get in, not financial advice. So 65, 45%. So it's 11 down. Let's say it's 44%. 44% exactly here would bring us right to about 24K. That's my view on 24K. Also, Plan B. I'm sure you know who Plan B is. He was talking about 44K. So I mean, or not 24K. Excuse me.
24K, yeah.
So no one takes him seriously anymore because what happened with that. I'm trying to find a place to put you here, but yeah. I mean, so that's one view. Low 20K. So also the other thing I want to show you guys, and this is cool to look at too. Let's go on my a chart that doesn't have any lines because all these spiral lines are slowing down my. I have the best MacBook Pro you could get, the best one, and it still can't even handle these damn spiral lines. So
There's got to be like a trading view server or something, because my computer is pretty specced out too, and I still sometimes can't load this thing.
yeah, I have it's a $4,000 MacBook Pro, and it's just, like how could I'm gonna have to get like a special, like you got to get a desktop at that point to get any better.
Yeah, right.
So I circled this area. If you guys aren't familiar listening in, this is like towards the bottom of our bear cycle in 2018. I think we're right. If we play out this pattern, we're right around here. We'll have a little rally, and then in the next, next 2 weeks, we bottom out a little bit lower percentage-wise from that week down. 10%. What's 10% down from 25K? That would be you'd be at 22, 23K or something, another 2,500 down, I believe. Yeah, 22.5 you'd be at. That's one view on it. That's an optimistic view that we're hitting the bottom. And also, right now, look, I mean, the money flow in the red here, once it got deep in the red, you were at your bottom. Well, let's go back to present day right now where we are right now on our daily. Let's move over to our daily here. And look, I mean, we come down to the bottom here and beginning to mid-June or end of May. And I mean, my last spiral line right now is that I had to take some of these away because they were slowing it down too much. But the last one was at 22.7. So maybe you do something like this. Maybe you come up to 32 is what I'm thinking. Then you come down there or somewhere in this box. Then that's your bottom. And then, I mean, if history is any indication, if we repeat like we repeated in 2019, you could come up to back to 60K next year at some point, maybe 50K by the end of the year. I don't think you'll be. Go ahead.
Where do you think after we get that rally back to 50, 60K, where do you think we would come back? Do you think we would come back down?
Yeah,
Getting into the next cycle?
I think the 40K will probably become the new 10K. I think that's probably where you would come back down to the 40K or 30K area if history repeats itself. But I mean, anything could happen. But if you look at your Brave New Coin chart, it seems I don't see any reason to believe we won't repeat this general pattern coming up. I mean, in terms of the next bull cycle, I could see it coming up. I mean, if we look at, in terms of diminished returns percentages, so from here to here, this is about 100x. Okay, so my Zoom meeting is going to end. I didn't realize you got a 40-minute limit on this.
40-minute limit?
That must be new. I haven't used Zoom in a while. Maybe I could upgrade it right now with all you guys seeing my...
That would be epic. If you upgrade this live and it just extends our time, that would be epic.
Yeah, let's see if I can do that. Let me get a monthly subscription here. And then, continue.
They're always trying to shut down the crypto.
I have to confirm my verify. Let's see. I should be able to do this relatively quickly, though. I think I have my wallet around here somewhere. Oh my god, it's asking for so much information here.
We're gonna need a blood sample.
Yeah. While I'm doing this, how about you go to your chart and show them some? Yeah, let's see here. So I'm gonna stop my share right now, and how about you go to your chart, and I will rush with the clock to.
Okay, so I think you guys can see me. Also, just kind of talking about, like you were just mentioning, where we could possibly bottom out. Me and Ben and a couple people here, we actually got together. We made a longer form deep dive into like the 4-year cycles, looking at the tops, looking at the bottoms, looking at the distance between the tops, the distance percentage-wise between the bottoms, and time-wise as well. And we kind of just take everything together. We get all the numbers. We take into consideration that the market's maturing and that this cycle, as the cycles go on, you'll get diminished returns. We take all this into consideration and we try to estimate where the bottom would be. And I will say, very, very close to where you were just talking about. So I think it's going to be out this weekend if you guys want to check it out. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting video. But yeah, I mean, as far as this bounce, guys, I do think, actually pretty similar target to you. And then I think you were going off spider line, but we have a high volume area right here.
Get my credit card real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, I mean, I think, if we do get a nice little relief pump here, guys, I do think, get that bullish divergence. If this plays out, I think we could come up to this high volume area right here, coming in at about 31,736, which I think Evan was talking about 32, so pretty close. Pretty similar area, and then the bullish and bearish divergences are my best friend. I think a lot of people's best friends. We come up to this high volume area. Kind of how I trade is I like to have really, really strong levels, and then if I don't have price actually coming down and touching my levels, I'm most likely just sitting out unless something crazy is happening. It gets super, super volatile. This meeting has been upgraded by the host.
Let's go.
All right,
yeah,
let's go.
We got it. So we're good. That was lucky. That was clutch. I didn't think it would be that easy. I figured at least I would get identity theft here and everyone would see my credit card.
Oh my god. I'm actually paranoid about that, man. I'm so scared I'm gonna accidentally leak information.
Yeah. So finish your you were onto something there. Finish what you were gonna
So just for this pump, I was just saying, I think you were saying that we could pump up to about 32. My first target for this pump would be, very similar up to this resistance line right here, which is about 31,755, close enough to 32. That's probably where I would look to take profits. I don't even know. I go back and forth with having multiple take profits. I want to start doing it more. I do it, but a lot of times, man, I hop in, I grab the bag and I hop out. But at a lot, as you know, if you do that, you wind up leaving money on the table sometimes. So I want to get a little better at taking using multiple take profit levels.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I was in this, I would probably be riding it. Looking to hit this as my target. Might just hop out, take 100% of the trade out, and then especially at a time like this, is like I know. Do you know Cameron Foose? Have you ever heard of him? He's a stock guy.
No, but the name sounds. I've heard the name.
So he's a stock guy. I've been watching him for a while. He's basically on crypto, as a lot of the stock people made the switch. But he was talking about how he thinks that this could maybe bring us all the way up to this level right here, closer to like 40K, and then get a third rejection off of this trend line here.
What was his name again? Wait, was it?
It's Cameron.
Foose. Okay, yeah.
Fous.
That sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good. I mean, I haven't been watching a lot of YouTube recently, but I saw one of his videos recently. He was saying he thinks it can come up there. But I mean, I guess not possible. But like you said, like you were just showing, if history repeats itself, I think it would be more of a more of just kind of like a little pump up like this, and then you go straight back down.
Yeah, and you gotta look at do you look at funding fees a lot when you're leverage trading?
So not that much. I actually do. Anytime I see any of your stuff, like I'll rewatch your streams sometimes, and I hear you talk about funding fees a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe something I should keep an eye on a little more.
So they're weird on Phoenix. They hop around a lot on Phoenix. I guess maybe less trading volume, but BITGET, it's a good indication to see what the majority of people are doing. And throughout this whole dump, they were overwhelmingly in the positive on BITGET. I didn't see them once go into the negative. And right now, I believe, let me look on my phone to see if that's still the case. They're in the negative because I believe, all these people who are degenerate longing got liquidated, and the people like us who are shorting, or people like me who are shorting, are still in our short positions. They're pretty highly in favor of longs right now. And right when we're having this little rally upward. So it's always good to look at that. They're not going to be 100%, it's not going to be 100% just do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, although that usually does tend to work. But, but yeah, I mean, that's one thing I look at. So I think these maybe there's a lot of late short entries right now to really liquidate them and like turn a lot of turn things around. I think 32K would be a big area. After that, I think it definitely would make sense to reject off of that. It would be pretty unlikely, to just have this be the bottom, the 25K. That'd be extremely unlikely, I would say, given the current environment.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's much more likely to get rejected off that, this resistance rate. Even if we come past my line a little bit and hit where you're thinking closer to 32, I mean, what is this, just roughly 34%?
Yeah, that would be. I mean, I don't think you pump that much. That would be a bottom. That would be the case for a 25K bottom, in my view. I mean, obviously, I didn't think it happened, but that would be very, very interesting. I think the S&P 500 would have to pump up a lot as well for that to really happen. And I haven't really looked at it today, but I believe it's slightly up finally, just like Bitcoin, slightly. Yeah, or no, not even, no.
Yeah, I mean, the deal's 4 hour. Dude, I mean, dude, it's crazy because right before this dump, man, I don't know about you. I've been getting, especially when I go on Ben's channel, man.
Yeah.
When I first started talking about like, hey guys, party might be over, dude, they hated me. And I started thinking, I'm like, everybody's so bullish. Like, how could you possibly think it's going down? We're already down 50%. And I'm like, these people definitely got into crypto a month ago. And they bought the top, or not a month ago, but they might have come in and bought the top. They've already felt all this pain from the top, and they're thinking, how could it go lower? But the blood diamond on the weekly for Bitcoin, the blood diamond on the weekly for the SPY, right? Like, it was just, everything was there, man.
Yeah.
Yellow X is on the 4 hour.
The blood diamond on the total crypto market cap as well. The blood diamond on 6-day ETH. There were a lot of signs of this, and I feel like, for some reason, people have trouble. They're too much with the opium. They see it too a lot of times, especially these. I know a lot of these people who are going long and lost a lot of money here. They saw it probably as well, but they just thought, oh, it won't play out as well. It'll go away. It's for some reason, because everybody who's investing in crypto, wants it to go up, is into crypto. They feel bad shorting it. You know what I mean? That's why there's such a big reward with short money. Too, because things go down faster than they come up. So
I was gonna say, the short money comes in so much faster.
Yeah, it's a lot of experience too for the people who are new, who are listening. The more experienced you get, the better you get theoretically. People will tell you with trading, it doesn't really matter how long you do it for. You'll just always lose money no matter what. That's not true. It's like, that's not the case. Experienced, even since I've been, doing trading basically full time for the last year. Even in the last year, I've definitely, had a much higher success rate even in the last few months. Like it's you gradually get more experience over time. Is that how you kind of feel about it?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, in the beginning, there's a lot of things that I had to get past when I first started. And it's like, the TA is a skill that you can learn, right? You learn it and it takes time to learn that alone. But for me, it was like, man, I struggled the most with greed, moving my take profit up, moving, just always trying to squeeze that extra dollar, and then you get wrecked. And it literally took me, maybe I'm a little hard-headed, but it just took time, the time of that happening to me, to eventually just get fed up and be like, okay, you know what, I've gotten wrecked enough. Like, I'm just gonna really stick to my guns. That's when I really started to develop a trading plan, having an actual strategy, focusing on the psychology of not trying to squeeze every dollar out of every single trade, and taking my profit, trying to get more green trades rather than hit that lottery. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot. It's like, I hear it all the time. It's like, all traders lose all their money, and I have a fundamental issue with that, because everybody always asks me like, oh yeah, you're a trader. Like, how many of your last 10 trades were green? And although that is some kind of indication of how well you're doing trading. Like
Mm,
if your wins are much bigger than your losses, you can technically win less than you can lose more than you win. And if your losses are very, very small and your wins are very, very big, so I just feel like having your green versus red trades directly don't indicate how profitable you are, successful trader. And the other thing is, I feel like most people who hate on trading are, they're so focused on, like they think that you have your entire net worth
mm,
on every trade. And I'm just like, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I have big long-term bets. Like I trade with a small portion of my money. I know not everybody does that, but I just feel like everybody who hates on trading, like they think everybody puts all of their money on every trade, and don't use any risk management. Like, well, what if you lose a trade, you lose all your money? And I'm like, whatever, man. Risk management, like. So that's
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
where I.
100%. Yeah, I was just trying to. They said, yeah, they're hearing, so they're able to hear you, but they're also, I guess, because I have the audio coming out of my speakers to listen to you, so I guess that's what they're hearing as well through the speaker. So it's tough to set this up, man.
It really is, man.
Yeah,
My cameras all, my cameras.
yeah,
I'm actually just on my laptop right now. The guy who does our live streams, BJ, is here today, so I would have had my lights,
yeah.
my nice camera. But yeah, setting this up, I'm always like I'm lost.
Yeah, well, it's good enough, I guess. Oh well, it's
It's the
they
info
could
that's
hear.
important.
Yeah, it's the info that's important. They could hear you. It's but yeah, no, I'm just
But
looking
yeah,
at it.
I was actually interested in. I just want to take a look because you were just looking at.
Yeah, let's
Uh,
yeah, let me go back to your yeah, share your screen with everybody right here. And what's happening right now? Are we pumping? I'm curious.
let's see. Let's go to the degen time frames here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which market sector A?
Okay, so we're coming back a little bit here.
Yeah.
So I'm in profit on my long a tiny bit. We were in the red a tiny bit. Now we're back in.
Actually, let me open my order chart. I was actually curious because before we were talking right before when we were talking before we hopped on here, you were looking at 14K, and I was actually just curious, right? Because typical of 80%, 85% drops in a bear market. This is 2017. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
rough this out here.
83%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
84% ish. I mean, this is the Coinbase chart, so it doesn't go back as much. But
Mm,
I mean, again, diminished returns. So the diminished returns is one thing, and then there's the other factor that we didn't get the massive blow off top, right? I mean, we came up obviously, but it's just kind of weird thing happened. We didn't see max euphoria, so I think
yeah.
on top of the diminished returns, I think that could play into us not coming down that severely
That's my
as
view.
well.
Yeah.
Like let's see, so 85%. I mean, that'd be 10K. I mean, could you see Bitcoin? Like I said, before we hopped on, like Bitcoin to 10K, and like you said, anything is possible. But I mean, I can't see it going that low. Like I said earlier, other than
Right.
some crazy black swan.
I think, if, and this is probably a lot of people would disagree with me, but I think if you lose 20K and you're just bouncing around at like 15, 16K for a while, I think some other asset's going to overtake it in market cap and Bitcoin's
Mm-hmm.
done. But I don't think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? I just
Right.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
Um,
I think it's unlikely.
yeah, that's
What's
my,
your thoughts on that?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to ask you about the total crypto market cap if you ever look at that in terms of TA.
Yeah, I actually don't look at it.
How about
I
I
don't look.
share? There's something I wanted to show you on that. That's what's interesting to look at. What were you going to ask me though?
I was gonna ask, where do you stand on XRP? Are you an XRP guy?
So I think like no, I'm not. To answer that like quickly, no, not really. But I mean, I think if it gets back on the Coinbase, if it gets back on the Robinhood or whatever the cool kids are buying it on, I think it'll come back. I think it has some decent fundamentals, but until those things happen, I don't see it coming up at all. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Yeah.
I think I mean in terms of my altcoin strategy, I think your best risk reward ratio with altcoins would be sub 10 billion market, $10 billion market cap ones, such as like Polkadot, Avalanche, Atom, I like a lot. Zcash is one of those privacy tokens is going to make it, I think. Zcash probably will be one of them. That I like a lot. There's a few others. Kevin O'Leary likes Helium. I don't know if that means anything. I like ones you could earn a lot of interest on too, like Atom. So I think that's trended up with time as well. Let me share my screen right here with you. And let's see, I'm at Trading View. And yeah. So let's see. Let me put this over here. So yeah, you should be able to. You could hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Oh, okay. I didn't hit the share button. That's why.
Oh, boom. There we go.
But
yeah, real quick just on XRP.
Yeah,
I bet you if they settle that lawsuit, if they win the lawsuit, whatever happens, guarantee what happens right at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. But you know, total crypto market cap, I've been looking at a lot. In terms of and this was big, another reason why we would come down. Blood Diamond right here, that was huge. And then right now, I think you'll hit support around $1 trillion. So this would make the argument probably for if you bounce down at 900 or $1 trillion market cap, about another 10% down from where we were, it would be 10% down for a lot of the main things, like Ethereum maybe 20%, or if you come down to like 1900, that would be, well, from where we are right now, it's hard to kind of explain it, but yeah, 15, 20%, $900 billion, this area right here, 20% down for Bitcoin or 10% down, low 20Ks. It'd probably be more for Ethereum. That could bring in 1,500, 1,600. That's what I'm thinking. And that would kind of, replicate history a tiny bit. The thing is with this, you're still in the green. You're not even in the red. And the last time you went into the red, it got real bad. That would probably be the case for a 10K Bitcoin. I don't know, with more money coming into the asset class, with the big banks getting into it, institutions, I don't know if you would really lose that $1 trillion market cap for a while. That's kind of my 2 cents on it, but yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing too, is with this cycle. I mean, there are some different, we have a lot of institutional money, the market's just maturing in general. They couldn't, the institutional money I think could prop it up a little bit. The fact that we didn't see max euphoria may not mean that we fall as hard. So what do you think, the blood diamond on the weekly for Bitcoin, do you think that is a worse indication of a fall than in 2017 because there's no blood diamond on 2017, or do you think it popped up because there's just more information at this point?
So those are mainly based off of where this red dot is, like a red dot very close to the 0 line, as I believe that's how the algorithm works.
Okay.
I don't see it as any worse than what happened right here. You see right here, the money flow crossover. I don't see it as any worse than that. I would say, I wouldn't say it as any worse. So I don't think it means too much in terms of that. I mean, everything else looks the same. Your EMA ribbon's turning into the gray there. So it's interesting because this kind of happened quicker. Your drop happened quicker this time. But I think, the market kind of does like emphasize that. The SPY, the sell-off there kind of is, I believe, what did capitulate, it was a catalyst for that. So that's huge. Right now, this is what I like to look at. I mean, we're almost getting under 22-minute, money flow crossover for Ethereum. Here's, I like to always, show the people, like give them a freebie of what, not financial advice, but potentially where I would be looking to do a trade or something. And something like this up to this point might be nice. That'd be a really nice risk reward ratio. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I was actually just going to ask you, do you pay attention to how much do you pay attention to your risk reward ratio, like when you use something like that?
So, yeah, I want to keep it minimum at like 0.75. I think anything below like 0.8, 0.75 is kind of not really worth it. But something like this, I feel like is too greedy. Like I'd be more, inclined to go like here, you know what I mean? The local high over there, that would be a better one. Or, if I have my, 0.25, I would make my stop loss maybe. You could do something like that too, so you have more lenient stop loss, or you could do one stop loss here. I don't know if you ever use multiple stop losses, conditional orders, one stop loss here, and then do another stop loss down here. That'd be that's one thing you could do as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will do multiple take profits occasionally, but I've never that never used multiple stop losses.
Yeah, it's, I don't use it very often at all, but sometimes in certain situations where where your technique would be to put the stop loss below the last swing low, and that's such a, so
Right.
down so much, you want to, maybe hedge the bet, so you could use higher
Yeah.
leverage, put it here, and then put another one down there. You could even do three here,
Yes.
one here, and one here for kind of a swing trade if you think we're in a rally up to 23K, or 2.3K, excuse me, which could happen. I always make that mistake with Ethereum.
Dude, me too.
Yeah,
Constantly on my
yeah,
live stream, I'm like, ETH is at 23K, and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah,
I wish. God, if ETH was at 23K. Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, no, that's smart. And then you save on your risk a little bit. You're not.
yeah,
Yeah. Sometimes I'll put a
yeah.
trade in, and it's like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it's like 50-50 shot here, and I just wind up, sometimes I'll sit out of the trade if it's not good enough. But I was curious to see how much you took that into account.
Yeah, something like, yeah. I mean, here I would probably, you could do a stop loss below these swing lows. That'd be a tight, you'd make a lot of
Yeah.
money here, but I don't know. In terms of, on this money flow, this little trigger wave and this money flow crossover that may happen in the 22-minute way, I would wait for the confirmation though, at least see the green or something, because a lot of times it gets close, everybody wants to get in too early, and then the market is unforgiving with that. It just goes the opposite
Oh
way. And we've all
yeah.
been there. Yeah, it's a patience game. It's people who just aren't patient. That's what
Yeah,
it.
hundred
Uh,
percent. It's like, yeah. I mean, you could try. Like, I mean, listen. I guess if you front run some stuff, you might get a better entry, but it's a risky game to play.
it really is. Yeah. Let's look at the chat really quick. Let's see what everybody's saying. Um, log curves is always a weekly log. Um, People talked about Zill. People ask me about Zill a lot. I don't care about that.
Yeah, people always ask me to look at Zill too, and I'm just like, it's crazy when like Bitcoin's dumping and everyone's like, can you look at the alts? And I'm like, I mean, I'll look at them. I'll try to do something for you, but I can almost guarantee you that whatever alts you want me to look at,
Do you
it's
have
crazy right
what are your go-tos when you look at alts? Do you have anything on the charts that's interesting with alts you want to show us?
As far as like what points, or as far as like specific things on certain.
Both, either or both.
So yeah, I mean, like, I'll do like usually on my streams I'll do like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then I'll do like some of my favorite alts. Like I look at XRP, I look at Cardano, I like to look at Atom, I like to look at Gala, and I like to look at Polkadot.
Mm.
Um, and then yeah, I'm trying to think if there's really anything. Yeah, anything crazy that I'm looking at. I mean, great. Obviously Luna is absolutely hilarious to look at. And I don't mean to say it's hilarious. I know people lost money, and I feel for anybody who had a lot of money in there for sure. But I mean, it's just crazy to see a coin that was top 10 to look like that. It's insane. And then the US. What do you think? Have you seen the USDT is starting to lose its peg?
Yeah, I knew from the beginning anything too good to be true is not true. 20% APY, so I
Yeah,
was pretty,
yeah,
and I don't know enough about the technicals on that. The technology and the specifics on like what happens when it becomes depegged, if it could repeg or whatever.
right.
I do you might know more about that than me if you want to tell my viewers kind of what you think.
Yeah, so I'm not. I'm kind of the same way. I'm not like too. I'm not like the most knowledgeable person about like actual tech behind it and how it works. If it can get back to a dollar, I personally, I don't think it's looking good. Someone just told me in the office that they took Luna, they took the network down. Again, I'm a chart guy, I'm a TA guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I know crypto, but I'm not like There's some people here that are super super technical with it. But the thing that made me nervous was so you have the UST depeg obviously brutally. I mean, what did it go down? I think it went down to like 30 cents or something like that, which is
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at the charts last night, and one of my roommates came up to me and he's like, "Hey, have you seen USDT?" And I was like, "No, God." I go to USDT, and it's starting to lose it was at like, I think it went down to like 94 cents or 90, and like all stable coins, they'll go down to 99 cents, back up to $1. They move a little bit, but
Right.
I was looking at it and I was like, just because of what happened with Luna's stable coin, I was just kind of like, this is a little bit sketchy. And like the whole, I don't know if anyone has heard about like, it didn't crash on accident. They think there's something behind it.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about that on YouTube right now.
I don't.
But
Yeah, what I will say to anyone listening, I mean, anything too good to be true is not true. 20% is not. You know,
yeah,
I don't think there's any, bad act. I think this is just naturally what would happen in this type of situation.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
it's almost like what was the thing like in the middle of the bull run? It was like what was it, Wonderland or something that was giving people like 300,000% APY or something like that. It was crazy, and then it
right.
all went to the dumpster fire. And I was
Yeah,
like,
there were a few of those. I know Dino Swap was one of those yield farms that went to zero. A lot of them do. The
yeah,
farm token goes to zero, but that's a little bit. You kind of
yeah,
know you're gambling with that.
yeah,
UST people were kind of 20%. They were believing it. Um,
yeah. And I think there's so many stable coins out there now. And I'm not saying that I want all this regulation or anything, but I mean, you see, you have the respectable ones, right? You have, I
right,
mean, Luna was pretty respectable as well. We have BUSD, USDT, USDC, DAI. You have all these different stable
right,
coins, and it's
right.
like I like to try to stick to if there's so many, it's like eventually, you wind up with something like UST. But when USDT started to look like it was depegging, I had a bunch of USDT. I switched it over to USDC because I was like, who knows what the heck's gonna happen?
Yeah, I don't hold any USDT, any tether, long term. I've used it to buy stuff. That's about it. I don't hold any of it, so I wasn't too worried. I do have some USDC that I earn interest on. I'm slowly
Mm-hmm.
converting a lot of that over into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and altcoins.
Right.
But it makes me wonder: should I just convert it to fiat and then just pay for it with
Let
the
all this stuff play out.
yeah, just convert and then convert the fiat, and that's what I'm thinking about. But I think theoretically you would be safe with USDC. It's a lot different. I believe the
Mm-hmm.
network and everything than everything else. But yeah, I feel like this kind of gives me vibes that you might be bottoming out as well because with all this fear, like it can't get too much worse unless like black swan events happen, things get really, 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 really crazy, which I'm more of an optimistic person. I don't think that'll happen. So it does feel kind of bottoming out to me in that aspect. You know what I mean?
I would totally agree with that. It's
Yeah.
funny. Before the whole Luna thing happened, I was talking to somebody at the office, and I was saying like, we started coming down. I was like, just here comes the FUD. Here comes the FUD. And now, obviously, this isn't just FUD. This actually happened. People actually lost money, but it's perfect timing, man. It's like it's funny how these it's not I don't really subscribe to kind of so much what you're talking about. I don't really subscribe to there's some kind of like you said, like I think USDT was
Well,
it's I don't fully understand it, but I'm pretty sure it was backed by Bitcoin. So like if you're gonna back a stable asset with one of the most volatile assets, that just doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
right.
Now maybe I don't fully understand it, but I mean just to me, I just kind of feel like that was a bad idea from the start.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. I mean, I don't know if there's a conspiracy. What's the motive to crash Luna and crash?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm not really understanding here. Are they shorting it? What's the
Right,
what I mean? What's the motive here? But I'm
right.
not. I would have to read up more on it. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. I mean, we will see what happens. I think, in terms of what's your view on, I know some people like Ben Cowan keeps posting on Twitter about, friends don't let friends buy altcoins in situations like these. What do you think of that? I don't know if I would say, if you have a strategy and you start DCAing and slowly, it's okay. Um,
Yeah, so basically, yeah. So really, the where I fall on that is, I think obviously not financial advice, but for me, like I
right.
feel fine buying altcoins if I'm like you said, if I'm slowly DCAing in, right? Because I think worst case scenario, right? Say you put all your money in right now. If we
Right.
go into a new bull cycle and Bitcoin makes more, new all time highs, like we all think and know it will, unless something crazy happens, if you buy right now, you're going to have a pretty dang good entry, in my opinion, right? So, if you DCA in, you get a little bit now. If you come down a little lower, buy a little more. But I think even worst case scenario, I would, I always recommend DCAing in, right? Just in case, you don't want to dump it all in. But even if you did do that, I mean, you're in a new bull cycle. Like people bought the top of 2017 at 20K, and they are still in profit right now. So
Yeah.
imagine buying the top of the bear market. You're fine. That's kind of how I feel.
That would be my view, and I feel like these altcoins, if they're going to go to zero, they're going to go to zero regardless. It doesn't really matter whether you get in at $8 for Atom or $9 for Atom as opposed to $3. I mean, And let's be real. I mean, we're looking for, we're in crypto. Anything up under a 20x in the next few years is no. We're not getting. We don't care about that. It's just what's this? Putting $40 million in a hedge fund for 30% a year? No. We want anything under a 300% return in 2 years is nothing. Nothing does.
Really. I need 20x's in a fund, please.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your like for me? I got a bunch of XRP. Big ETH guy. Trying to DCA back at ETH pretty soon here.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite? This last cycle, I had a lot of Cosmos, Gateway.
Getting out my notepad, I got some stuff written down. I write down what I. So my main thing right now is about 60% Bitcoin, 20% ETH, and this is for a DCA strategy over like the next month or two. Every Monday I buy, and to divide it out. So say you got 100 grand you want to invest. It depends how bullish or bearish you are. If you think we're bottoming out right now, I'd say 100 grand, put 20 grand in, not financial advice, put 20 grand in or 25 grand in every Monday with these proportions. And then, you'd be in a good place. If you're more bearish, you spread it out 2 or 3 months, maybe put 10 grand in a week, something like that. But, 50% or 60% Bitcoin, 20% ETH. If you want to be more ballsy, 50% Bitcoin, 30% ETH. And then the rest, the 20% altcoins, 4% Atom, 4% DOT, 4% AVAX, 4% Zcash, 4% Matic, and then a few other ones that I'm going to sprinkle some, small positions in. Filecoin I like because it's backed by the Winklevoss twins. Chainlink has been the biggest underperformer ever. It did well in the last bear market. I could see throwing us money you're comfortable losing in there. Aave, VeChain, and eGold. Those are other ones that I like too. Helium as well, but not as Fanta. There's a few others, but yeah, those are mainly just ones people ask me about.
VeChain was another one that I had a lot of VeChain this past cycle. That's VeChain is something that is actually used. I feel like VeChain is such a strong project. Probably going to people are going to pick up. I have zero exposure to gaming and metaverse. So that is probably going to be like my riskier kind of degen plays. And I'm not going to be going into degen coins, but I'm just saying I'm mostly, Bitcoin, it's kind of the same thing. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then just blue chip alts. And then I'm going to take my more risky bag that I would be more comfortable on, a little bit more of a gamble, going into some lower cap, not micro cap, but, newer, lower cap gaming and metaverse coins. Because I was completely not exposed to that at all.
What's interesting with me with altcoins is I've held this one's actually in the negative right now I bought this like towards the bottom here, Veracity, as you can see, and earned a lot of interest on it. Rode it all the way up, didn't sell anything. Rode it all the way back down a lot. It's still, it's down from what I bought it at. Probably, what's it at right now? 7. It's got a little jump down 30% from what I bought it at. I'm earning 20% APY on it, so I'm only really down 10%, I believe.
Nice.
That's one I'm down on. Should have sold. Another one, that's another gaming one. OUS, I know people like. You've probably heard of this one, Ultra, right?
Yeah.
This one's down.
UFO. People keep asking
UFO, that's another one. UFO, I don't know about that one as much. That one's pretty good too. And then the old favorite, everybody, Cardano's like the new XRP of this bull run. Let's look at it on the Kraken chart. I've been saying 30 cents, and looks like we almost got there. I feel like, in the most, say the circumstances, Bitcoin goes to 24K, I feel like you'd bottom out around 30 cents or something. And this one, what's crazy with this one is I originally bought this back here or something like January 2021, rode this all the way up, never sold like a penny of it really, and rode it all the way back down basically.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Cardano.
Yeah.
I was also telling my friends and my family and stuff. I was like, buy Cardano. This is in the before the parabolic run. Buy in. They're all getting it at like 7, 10, 12 cents. I never bought in. I would have to look. I don't remember my buy-in, but everybody was texting, thank you so much. I'm up so much, my Cardano. Like, thanks for jumping. And I was just like, cool. I don't even have any right now. So congratulations. But yeah, I did this. Once I did buy, I basically did the same thing. I mean, I still got in. I mean, I got in, before $1. I basically rode it all the way up and then all the way down.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as you keep, if you're going below, 25 cents, 30 cents, that's where you're probably getting into failed asset territory, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But anything above 30 cents, I mean, look, if you go at 10 or 20x in the next bull cycle, that would be nice. The thing that I like more with like Atom or some of the smaller caps, Atom, Polkadot, Avalanche, is that there's more potential because you look, they're like $8 billion market caps right now. They could maybe go over 100 billion, get at least a 10x, maybe even more in the next bull cycle. This is hovering probably at like 20 billion or something right now, maybe less than that. But in terms of market cap, you need something lower, you know what I mean, to really make that killing. Um,
Yeah, on my stream, I was like recently, there were a couple streams where we were kind of just looking at alts, and I'm just trying to find like worst case scenarios for people, and I was looking at XRP, and I was like, we almost got there. I was
yeah.
like, maybe we get it, into the 30s, and then if we get there, we could reassess. And I don't know how low XRP went, but it got down there. Yeah.
33, yeah. There's a big level at 28. Maybe that's where it'll bottom out. That's one thing I feel like. I mean, I could be completely wrong on this, but I just feel like it feels so bottoming to me. It feels like, something like this, that little double, you see what I'm doing, like the
Mm-hmm.
double bottom pattern, and then you get off there, then that's it. I mean, the XRP, it's not it's too big of a market cap, even with all this crashing, even with how the lawsuit, it still has such a big, paparazzi around it, that big fan base. So it's interesting, but I mean, for me, I think the most money could be made with Atom, Polkadot, Avalanche, Zcash, Matic, those ones.
Yeah. I think Polkadot didn't see the love that it deserved.
Yeah, I don't think it
I
did.
don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I mean, my view is, you bounced off of, eight. What was our low here? Eight. It's about $7. Wow, that's volatile. These are some volatile times. Maybe a double bottom pattern, you come down to six or something, and that would be it. I mean, I feel like as long as you stay above this area, as long as you stay above the $6 area, before the last bull run started, then you have hope, in my view. But the longer you're in this game, the more things you see go to zero. I mean, everybody now, we just saw, Luna go to zero. I mean, is there,
Yeah.
I don't know, with the same company, maybe they'll just try to start a new one or something. It's at 3 cents right now. It's coming back. Look at that. That's a good 15 minute. But you can't even
Oh no.
trade it anymore. It's off of Phoenix and everything.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Last night I was looking at it. And I was like, I might just throw like a degen. It was going to zero. It was at 50 cents. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
probably going to zero. Maybe I'll just throw a degen shorted. But I wound up not doing it. But it's
The,
just like,
that's probably why the exchanges don't like it, because there's probably so many people who started shorting it at like, even $50, and they're like, probably some people got rich off of that too, because I'm thinking if you were shorting this, I mean, I didn't short it. I was busy shorting Bitcoin and everything else, but it was pretty obvious this was going to crash at some point just based on the technicals, and somebody shorting it from $70. If you had,
God,
this is I don't even know if the exchanges probably closed out your position by now, 99%. If you're on 5x leverage, I mean, and you got a decent
God.
position, you could probably turn a few grand into $1 million. I would
Oh my
think,
God.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Yeah. What would
Yeah.
happen? I mean, if you're in a trade and they took it off I guess your position would just
They would
fall
have to
back.
close it out where it was probably and just give you that, I would think, unless they could get away with some sketchy stuff and not give you
Right.
they give you less than you deserve based on that. But I know that they were getting eaten alive with funding fees for shorting, but
Yeah. Sure.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, theoretically you probably could have turned 5 grand with leverage into millions of dollars with this, I
Oh
would
my
think.
God, man. That's all
Um,
it takes. That's all it takes. A little leverage.
yeah,
Actually, speaking of leverage, what is your what kind of leverage do you usually use? I know, dude, I rewatched one of Jason Casper's
yeah.
most recent streams. This guy's out there scalping on high leverage, just crushing.
Yeah. So yeah, you can. It's pretty relative. I mean, what I like to tell people is, for scalp trades, anywhere from 15 to 30x, 12 to 30x probably. For day trades, it's usually somewhere between Seven, 6 or 7x up to maybe 10, 12 or something like that. And then for a swing trade, that's usually, especially on Ethereum or something that's very volatile, where you have, maybe a 5% stop loss or a 3% stop loss or even more, anywhere from, 2 to 5x, something like that. So does that make sense to you? Yeah.
For sure. I was, I used to use, I don't typically trade over 10x that much. I used to trade 10x a lot more, but
Hmm.
recently I've been using just higher positions with a little bit lower leverage.
Hmm.
Um, and I've been liking it. Like between like 4 and 6x, I've been really liking it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's all it's more about position size. I mean, I use the market side for risk calculator. I think, the biggest secret in this game, and I'm sure you do this by now, definitely. I think everybody, once they're in this long enough, does this. You kind of determine ahead of time how much you're going to lose if the trade gets stopped out, right? Yeah.
And just you know what,
Yeah.
like look at the number, accept it, and
Yeah.
then because I used to flop and grow plot, as Crypto Face would say. I used to in the beginning, I just
Yeah. Especially
but you
when
gotta
you,
start somewhere.
yeah, when you don't know what you're doing, and people are just, because it gets, some people make it look easier than it, really is, and it's not that complicated, but at the same time, you need to know what you're doing. You need to at least have risk management because there's people who go in it, they have no idea, literally no idea what's
Mhm.
happening. They're just,
Yeah, and
yeah,
then especially like when someone gets first introduced to leverage, they
yeah.
see only the opportunity. They don't see the risk. They don't have any risk management. I mean, in my opinion, I heard somebody say this recently. They said it's 10% TA, 10% 10% TA, 10% strategy, and then the rest is just psychology. It's like manage your risk. Don't trade away all your money. Use your stop losses. Use your risk management. I get a lot of people asking me in my streams like, "Hey, I'm in a whatever. I'm in an ETH trade and my stop
Mm,
loss is here. It's about to get hit. Should I move it up?" And I'm just like, nah. Like have your trading plan and have your stop loss. If
right.
you're okay with your stop loss,
Oh, yeah,
hold
100%,
it
yeah.
unless you have a really good reason to move your stop loss up. Really think it's going to reject. Just let it hit your stop loss, recess, and get it on the next trade. Because if you're worried about if you're worried about your stop loss getting hit, it means you're trading for too much money, or your stop loss is just too high. In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much you want to predetermine it. There's only certain times I close out trades. Usually, I close out maybe longs early. Sometimes when they're in profit
Mm-hmm.
before they hit the first take profit. Before if I get blood diamonds popping up, some weird stuff happening. But
Yeah.
other than that, there's really no reason. And even then, if I didn't do that, it would be fine. I mean, you want to have it like done where if your internet went out or something, you can't like interfere with it. You'd get your first take profit hit, and then even if you get stopped out, after that first take profit, you're not going to lose too much. Sometimes you would break even
Right.
based on it, depending on how much you're taking out. So yeah,
Yeah. For sure. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm just not moving on. It's like missing out almost feels worse than losing.
yeah. I mean, this 6 a. I was not, or this was at 3 a.m. on my. This might not be right on my Bitstamp chart. I think it was 6 a.m. we were talking about. Yeah,
Oh yeah. I think it was 6.
yeah, I believe it. Okay, so my time on here might be different, but what does it say? Oh, 16:10. No, that's right. So it was 3 a.m. Okay, I believe. Let's look at it. Whatever. But yeah, if you're up at 6 a.m., 3 a.m., there's no difference if you're up at this time. But yeah, it's top in the
Yeah.
yellow X. I mean,
It's,
you came right down there, but yeah,
yeah.
this is
I tried to stay up as
yeah,
late as possible last night. I was just like, it's gonna dump or it's gonna pump. I was waiting. We were at the golden pocket. I was like, this thing is either. And I had my shorts open. I was just like, this thing's either gonna break the golden pocket. We're gonna hit. We're gonna get people liquidated, and we're
yeah,
gonna just come down through that golden pocket and shoot down, or we're gonna get the bounce. And I was just trying to wait up for it, and I just couldn't do it
yeah.
anymore.
I had it pretty good. I mean, I had a take profit set. I believe it was around 26.4 or something in my Discord, and I had that. It hit the take profit, and then it got stopped out in profit. That was the second take profit for the trade, I believe. And I woke up with that, so I just slept and woke up. I saw what happened. I thought it was just sideways for a second when I woke up. I saw 28.5. Oh, we're just sideways, but oh no, I
Right.
didn't see. Ooh.
Yeah, 20. Dude,
Yeah.
so what do you think about this? I did expect, obviously, us. I kind of think we were going to come down like pretty quickly. I did not think we were going to I didn't think we would have hit 25 yet. This happened. It happened a little faster than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely talking about, a lot of people. I knew people would have those liquidation points in the high 20s, so I figured it could just go down relatively soon from that area. So I didn't think it would be this quick, but I was kind of saying I was hoping it would be quicker just to rip the Band-Aid off, and it kind of turned out the way I wanted it to a certain extent. Because if it was something like this, that would be boring. If it just went like, oh man,
I
this
was
is
scared of
yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I mean, you would. I hope it's not something like. I feel like we got our. This is the thing too. I think like it's gonna move faster now because the people still in this game are like the people really into it. Like it's not gonna be. I feel like we're gonna. There's gonna be a reckoning. Like something's gonna. We're gonna get that double bottom pattern relatively soon or something. For the next couple days though, even to maybe tomorrow into the weekend, I could see. I could see based off 8 hour snake eyes. I think 16 hour as well. Yeah, I could see that 32 is what I'm looking at, but we'll see if it happens. I mean, right now, my long position for Ethereum. Let's see, did we go into the green yet on our 22 minute here? No, that's our 15. Come on, almost there. I mean, based on the 15 combined with your 4 hour confirmed, you could give that long a shot. I'm being more conservative with it. I'm happy with the Bitcoin long right now, but yeah.
I still have my ETH short is still open. I took profits on the ETH short, it's still open. Closed out my Bitcoin short totally. So we'll see. We'll see. I was pretty happy with those shorts.
Yeah, that's
But yeah, it's interesting. I love, dude. I love like just chatting and stuff, hopping on these streams because it's nice to see what other hey, this is what I'm thinking, and then you come by or you hear other people, they see either something completely different or you see like, oh, this person has a similar range or a similar support resistance or whatever it is, and it kind of gives you it makes you think about things you might not normally think about.
Yeah. I'm just looking at it's been about an hour, I guess. Probably gonna get off in a minute here. Is there any other things you want to talk about? Any things you want to show on your charts? Anything you didn't talk about yet?
I guess we could try to if you want to check in on USDT. I wonder if
how about share your screen? How about we give you a turn? How about you look at it here? Let's see here. Okay, I got you.
So let's take a look at USDT. Yeah, so this is kind of, I was looking at this. Yeah, it came down to 94 cents. And obviously, like, these things, obviously stable coins, they go up and down. Within, reason. Whoa, what is this? It's first little,
10 cents, okay. It's worth too much.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you see the stable coins fluctuate to some degree, but this, this is atypical behavior. And when I saw this, man, and right after that thing happened with UST, I was getting sketched out here. I was like, and again, like I'm not the most technical as far as like the actual tech behind these things go. So but I mean, you could just look at this chart and just see like it's never behaved like that. You get the little rips up, the little dips, the little wicks down, but you never get this full, these actual bars coming down like this, wick down all the way to 94 cents. Got me a little nervous. So like I said, I switched over to USDT. But yeah, I mean, that had me shook up a little bit. Let's actually have a look at the T. Yeah, there it is, man. DXY still making moves, man. Do you ever take a look at the TXY?
I do. I don't trade based off of it, but I do think it could go like a little bit higher than where it is now, in the next few weeks, next month, but I think it's got to top out relatively soon.
Yeah, I mean, this trend line was, what I was keeping an eye on for. Like I would keep an eye on, like, we topped out here, right? And then this is, right here, this is 2017, takes a big fall. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of people know this. DXY came down. We had a bull run for crypto, right? And then right here again, this was in 2020, and
Yeah.
then coming to 2021 comes down. We have a big run, but it's not perfectly inversely correlated. But I was looking at this trend line, thinking that we might have gotten rejected here. Because everybody was screaming extended cycle, extended cycle. I was like,
Yeah.
maybe if you see the DXY top out right here at this trend line, and you get a hard rejection, maybe like I'm trying to, I don't know the saying, like I don't know, I was just trying to come up with any kind of hopium for these people that I could possibly see on the charts that would make it come down. But I mean, this thing at this point is now broken. This previous high is this resistance level right here, and I mean, it's showing strength. Got money. I mean, money flow coming out.
Yeah, your 4 hour, doesn't it? Yeah. If we do, maybe it comes up a little bit more, is more sideways for the next few weeks, then it finally comes down. That's kind of my view. How do you look at the, I don't know, the 2 week, the real high time frames? What we're looking at, maybe the 2 week? Is there any?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Because you see how high the money flow is there. That was kind of where it was at the, well, close to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, 10. Dude, I mean, if this thing goes to 110. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can see that. But yeah, I mean, this thing's got to top out eventually. I'll be honest, when we were coming up to this trend line, I didn't even know if we would make it up there. And then we just smashed right through it. And I was like, well, here comes the bear. I was like, it's just another thing, man. Like, it's just another thing that, we're going into a bear market. And, I couldn't believe, like I said, like when I first started bringing up, blood diamond, when the blood diamond was on the weekly, I was already, telling the money flow,
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit of hate on that, but, that money flow teased us for a while. We came into the red, and then it didn't confirm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Bitcoin, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was,
and I was just
bad.
like, do something. Go up or just come down and crash. Like,
yeah.
we finally got the confirmed crossover, then the blood diamond, and people were ripping me apart. They're like, how could you possibly?
Yeah, I was flopping and groping on that a little bit too. I was in Mexico when that happened. I remember.
Man, I'm just like, it was like, it's in the red, and then it didn't confirm.
Yeah, it didn't. It looked bad, and then it was a little too. Well, we did have that rally up to 48K, so it wasn't. You know what you should look at? Go to the monthly on Bitcoin. That would be interesting because this kind of shows where we could be bottoming out to. I want you to look at the monthly VWAP. See how low that is. It kind of reminds me like if you double click, make that bigger. So because see, and then put your dotted line kind of like where it is right now. It's never really gone much lower than that. However, I believe go back to how it was in 2018 or whatever. Like, yeah, you'll see. So that would be if we just keep going sideways with the VWAP and it doesn't finally curve up. That would be the argument to come down another 50% to 10K or something. But yeah,
like maybe I haven't done this. Yeah, this is.
But
I mean, how much lower can it go?
I feel like it's kind of, I feel like it's got to curve up, you know what I mean? Most likely, you hit that bottom and then it curves up. That would be one of the main views. I haven't looked at it on the 2 week either. It's definitely probably still pointing down, but yeah, I mean, it usually doesn't get too, it could go a little bit lower though, but it doesn't,
It's still pretty close there. I mean, it's not quite there, but yeah, I mean, we did come down. The fact that we came down, so I don't know. So the fact that we came down so fast, like, I mean, again, I don't know how quickly you were expecting us to, like I wouldn't have guessed we would have hit 25 yet. I would have thought it would maybe take a little bit longer. But I don't know if coming down faster is making me think that we're bottoming out faster, or if we're gonna have much more pain in it. I don't really know where I fall on that.
It makes me feel like we'll have a little bit of a recovery and then you form your double top bottom pattern. I mean, that's my view. It's tough to really, say completely. I'm just going by the cycle history that I think would make the most sense. I mean, I think the S&P definitely has to have some type of relief at 380. Actually, what is S&P? Let's see. Has that moved down since we've been talking? Has that been at 390? You probably have your levels are a little bit different than mine, but I believe that we hit the bottom. Ooh, okay, you got something that's a little bit more 386. Okay, so this is the argument to have a little bit of a rally here. You hit off of your 386. There's a lot of limit orders filled there, and then you come up a bit, and then maybe you come down a little bit more, or this is it, and then inflation makes its way, and then you recover for midterms, but. Yeah.
Yeah, this is because this is I wasn't actually big into I didn't really keep too much of an eye on the S&P or the Nasdaq or anything like that. But we kind of started taking a look. I drew this at the when we were probably around here. I was saying maybe we can break out. We were watching it. Finally got the breakout, and then this is kind of where this line came from, just to retest that resistance. And that would be interesting if we get that bounce there. 2 yellow X's. Yeah.
And then everybody's talking about Netflix. That's probably.
Yeah. Oh my God. What is that?
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah. If you just type in Netflix, it would come. I don't know its ticker symbol, but 174. I've been saying worst case scenario like 175. Or no, 150. Excuse me, 150.
Dude, this is.
I think it's down 80% now, or something. 75.
Yeah, last time I looked, I think it was down like 70.
75.
75%.
Yeah. Go on the like the weekly or go on the weekly on that. Because you got to think, you got to be hitting something. I mean, worst case scenario, you go as deep as it was in like 2013 in the weekly, probably in one of those, and then that's your bottom. And a few months you bottom out then, and it'll probably bring it down to 150, 125 or something. You just got to think about like everybody who it's such a shame. Everybody who bought it, even in 2015, they're probably underwater now.
Oh my God! Yeah, could you imagine getting in like getting in over here? Like, I bought the bottom. I bought the bottom.
Hold on, what's happening with that chart? Why does it show it's at 0 over?
I think it's just the wick. Oh wait, dude,
that's
a line?
Yeah, it's a line. Yeah. I was like, that's funny how that was. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it looks like it. That'd be so fun. Just manipulate the chart that way. Like,
dude, that's actually
troll so many people. Yeah, you can just troll everybody with that. Oh man, you just zoom out a little bit.
Negative $21.
Yeah.
Actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I didn't know. Yeah, I wouldn't. Well, I knew it wasn't at 0, but I mean, yeah.
Right. That's funny. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah. Oh, people will hate you. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a quick look at the chat if anybody has any other good points or questions. Bitcoin needs to come out of a deep sleep. Give belongs to XRP will be the future of finance. Yeah, people still like XRP, man. Yeah, people.
XRP is one of those. It's just got a cult following.
Yeah. Ethereum is the security given all. Wow. I think, let me take one last, Bitcoin's going down, or Ethereum's going down. Let's see, Bitcoin's still kind of holding up here. Yeah, it was great having you on, man.
I appreciate it.
Get off. We've been on about an hour and 15 minutes now. It was a great stream. We got, let's see, we got 61 likes, 84 viewers. Guys, smash the, smash the like button. Frankie Candles, link to his YouTube channel in the description below. Subscribe to his channel. How many subscribers are you at now, bro?
We just broke 13K.
13K, congratulations.
Did you hit 10? You're creeping up on 10.
Very, very close to 10. We're about 100. I'm about 100 away from 10.
All right.
Oh, I know one last thing we got to look at for the stream. Somebody just asked. You got to look at ApeCoin really quick.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. Or I don't even know what. Let's see. Do I have? Okay, yeah, they can see. Go to ApeCoin on yours. Yeah. Let's see. They can see. Yeah. That's the last thing we got to do. Because that was pumping. We have to look at that. Well, pumping compared to yeah.
Look at it go! Look at it go!
It's a pretty fierce rejection off of that fib level or whatever. Yeah.
Gotta go, man. Yeah, someone this morning. I was like about to record a video. They're like, ApeCoin's pumping, dude. I had the biggest FOMO this morning because I just had so much to do. But yeah, man,
ApeCoin, yeah.
God, it came down to $4.90.
Yeah, Doge got close to 6 cents. I've been talking about 6 cents for Doge. So out of Shiba, I don't even bother with. If it was a normal price for Shiba, I would actually look at it. I don't bother because.
People ask me to look at it, and I'm like, well, currently coming in at 0.0000000.
Yeah, it's too. You can't like. There should be a way to convert it to cents or something. You know what I mean? Just to talk about.
Yeah, make it a round number.
Yeah.
It's easy to say, like.
Yeah,
But yeah, nice. Cool.
Yeah, actually, ApeCoin's not even that. Oh shoot, I didn't realize it was that much. Oh boy.
Whoa. I didn't, well, when they were telling me about it, they were saying 20%.
Yeah, it
Oh,
came up
wait.
far. Wow,
Jeez.
that's pure gambling right there.
That
Well,
is
no,
pure game.
not real. On that 15-minute money flow crossover, it's not a bad setup.
Dude, these money flow crossovers
Yeah,
are great.
yeah, that's not a bad.
Could have caught that for,
About 50% if you knew to get out. I mean,
yeah, not too shabby.
that's crazy though. Anyway, man, it was fantastic having you on. Thank you so much for coming on. Great
Yeah,
conversation. I
I
hope
appreciate it, man.
yeah,
It was a good time.
for the guys listening, hope the audio wasn't too bad. Frankie's channel, link in the description below. We got 69 likes. I think that's a great number to end it on.
Let's go. 69
Yeah,
was the top.
yeah, it was. Yeah,
We got to get you back on my stream here.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Let me know when you want to have me on. Definitely, 100%, man. All right, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bye bye.
Take care, guys.
All right, guys. You know, if you're interested in my exclusive Discord, that was Frankie Candles. Link in the description below for his channel. Hope the audio wasn't too bad. Gonna have to figure that out some more. But yeah, hope that was good. My course, link in the description below. My Discord, link in the description below. And let's see what else is there. Market Cipher. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, link in the description below. Market Cipher, discount code down below as well. BITGET Femex, links in the description below. Check that out if you want to trade, especially on Femex. And yeah. All right, guys. Have a good one. Goodbye.